Hey guys, it's Cash, and today I'm going to talk about schizophrenia. So schizophrenia is the mental illness diagnosed most often with the symptoms of gang stalking. So schizophrenia is a spiritual disease. So the good news is if you're going through gang stalking, you most likely do not have schizophrenia. The bad news is yet, because there's something about you, maybe you're reactive, there's something about you that they probably feel that they could get you to that point of being diagnosed. And with the right psychological manipulation, it's very possible if you don't know what you're experiencing. So how do they know? How do they know that you're spiritually inclined? Well, chances are they've most likely been doing this to your relatives. They've been watching your relatives. Schools are set up. Those standardized tests we all had to take, those days that were blocked off specifically for those tests. You know, those tests, there's answers on there. There's a right answer, there's a free thinker answer, and then there's a complete imbecile answer, and they're not worried about that person because they can get them to do whatever they want, like stalk people for gift cards and stuff like that. So the ACT that you take, they don't care about your score. They're looking for something else. You could get a 36 on there. Good for you. You know, that just means you'll be in college longer, refined and indoctrinated by this system. So, you know, then they'll stick you in the pyramid somewhere and, you know, you can work for them forever like a puppet. So, congrats. And the difference between gang stalking now it has a name. It's called gang stalking, but before it was harassment to lead to diagnosis of schizophrenia. In the 70s and 80s, they didn't have these. They didn't have cell phones and stuff to track evidence like we do now. So when you're going through gang stalking, you have to keep evidence. You have to take videos. You know, you don't always have to post them on the internet, but you have to take videos. You have to write everything down, because there might come a day when you do need to go see a doctor. And if you go see a doctor, they're not going to say, you know, oh, you're being gang stalked. They're not going to come out and say that. They're probably going to say, wow, these are some really strange coincidences. You know, I know you went through this horrible traumatic experience. Maybe you're being hypervigilant. They'll probably say maybe you have PTSD or CPTSD or something like that. You know, they're not going to look at it and say that you're being gang stalked, unfortunately. If you go in there without evidence, though, you might as well just hold your hand out for a script, because they're going to put you on a medication. And then once you're in the system as that, they're just going to mess with you more. So you might as well grab your Snuggie and some shower shoes, because it's pretty much over after that. So the good news is you're not schizophrenic. So the bad news is they're going to try to drive you there by any means possible, using old trauma, anything that they can orchestrate to get a reaction out of you and get you into the doctor's office. So when you're in the doctor's office, they're going to say, how do you know when to record? Like, what makes you record this stuff? You can't say, I'm an oracle. You can't say that, because that's what they're looking for too, because that's another symptom of schizophrenia. They want you to think that you have magical powers or something like that, when really what the case is, you know, you're just more psychically inclined than most people, and your intuition may just be better than most. So yeah, they don't want spiritual people, guys. They don't want spiritual people. They want robots. Okay? They don't want thinkers. They want workers. So the more you work, the more they're taking from your check. So they took God out of all the schools for a reason. They took God out of all the schools because if there's a higher power to look to, then there's something holding people to not be controlled by this madness. This is all about control and power. They want to make us powerless. They want all the power. look at who is in Washington, D.C. It's like Psychopath City. That's what they need to change the name to. They want you to cherish things. They don't want people placing value on... It's my dog. They don't want people placing value on human experiences anymore. Like, thoughts and emotions, like, they don't want us to be emotional at all. Show no emotion, show no weakness, express nothing. You know, like, if nobody expresses what's happening to them with this gang stalking thing, this is just gonna go on forever. And now it officially has a name. Now people all over the world are coming together with all these stories. We don't know each other, yet we're saying all of the same things are happening to us. So we're obviously not a bunch of paranoid schizophrenics. This is real. This is happening. So you just need to be educated about it. And I feel so bad for people that don't know what's happening and go to doctors and get these false diagnoses, because it's just really, really unfortunate. But I believe it was JFK who said that this country cannot afford to be materially rich and spiritually poor. And that is exactly where we are at in this country. So I'm going to leave with that. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. God bless.